Welcome to Digital Marketing for Contractors, a podcast for home improvement contractors to help you crush your lead goals and take your business to the next level. Join us each episode as we give you powerful insights and practical tips on the best digital marketing strategies to help you grow your home improvement business. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Digital Marketing for Contractors. I'm Meredith Medlin.
And I'm Caitlyn Noble. We are Fat Cat Strategies, and today we are talking about something that I think is genuinely one of the highest leverage things that a contractor can work on right now.
And that is sales follow-up.
Specifically, how AI can make your follow-up faster, smarter, and more consistent. Because here's the reality. Most contractors are sitting on a lot of leads that never turned into booked appointments. And a big part of that story is follow-up or the lack thereof.
And this is not a criticism. It's a capacity problem, honestly. You're running a business, you're out on job sites, you're managing crews. And so following up with every single lead at the right time with the right message, that's a full-time job in itself.
Definitely, which is exactly why AI is so useful here, because it can help you do more of that follow-up without it taking over your life.
By the end of this episode, you're going to have a clear picture of where AI fits into the follow-up process, what to actually say in your follow-up messages, and how to build something that runs even when you're tied up on a job site.
So let's get into it.
And before we get into the AI piece specifically, I want to spend a minute on why follow-up is such a problem in the first place, because if you understand the root of it, the solution makes a lot more sense.
So here's what we see constantly with contractors. A lead comes in, form fill, phone call, whatever. A contractor or their office follows up once, maybe twice. The lead doesn't respond right away, and then it falls off.
Because there are 12 other things happening, most likely. And the assumption becomes, well, if they're serious, they're going to call me back, right?
Yeah, of course. And the assumption is costing you jobs.
Yeah.
Because research consistently shows that most leads need 5 to 8 touch points before they convert. And most contractors tap out at 1 or 2.
And there's also a speed problem. Studies on lead response time show that your odds of actually connecting with the lead drop dramatically, even if you wait a few hours to follow up. Like, the difference between responding in 5 minutes versus an hour is super significant.
Absolutely significant. And for most contractors, 5 minutes is just not realistic. You're on a roof. You're in a consultation. Your phone is in your truck.
So you have this gap between what the data says you should do and what is actually possible with a small team. And that gap is where AI lives.
AI doesn't close every gap, but it closes enough of them to meaningfully move your conversion rate. And that's what we're talking about today. I feel like we're talking about AI a lot lately.
Surprising to nobody. AI is everywhere.
Some of this seems a little repetitive, but also I think it's
the message home.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Okay, so let's talk about 5 ways AI specifically helps with sales follow-up, starting with the most important one, speed to lead.
Yes, this is the first response.
Right. When someone fills out a form on your website or sends you a message or submits through a lead platform, the clock starts. You want to be in their inbox or on their phone within minutes, not hours.
Yeah, and AI is going to make this possible through automated first response messages. When a lead comes in, you use an AI-assisted tool that will immediately send a personalized acknowledgement, whether that's something that says, hey, we got your message, here's what happens next, or here's a link to schedule a call, without any human ever having to even touch the lead. They're getting that message.
I swear I was on a call this morning with a client and we were literally talking about tools to do this. This is like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So this isn't new. Autoresponders have existed forever. That's what we were talking about. But the difference is the quality of the message. An AI written first response actually sounds like it came from your company, and it can reference what they inquired about. It can have your voice.
Yeah, that first impression matters more than people think. Just getting a generic, we received your submission, we'll be in touch. It's just, it's not specific or warm. It doesn't feel like a human is talking to you. It's not it.
No, that's right. So it sets the tone, and the others just blend into the noise.
Yeah, just that generic out-of-the-box stuff is going to fall on deaf ears. So even if you're not ready to set up a fully automated system yet, you can still use AI to write a bank of first response templates that your team can pull from manually and send out with one click. That alone is going to speed things up because you're not having to sit there and think about how to respond to somebody's requests.
Right. And hey, if nothing else, take AI out of it, set up an autoresponder.
Yeah, that's step one. If you're not even there,
do that. And then use AI to help make a fancier
auto-respond.
Yes, okay.
Exactly.
So now.
Yeah, so, all right. The second way the AI is going to help is what we just hinted at, writing the full follow-up sequence, not just that first message.
Right. So most contractors, if they follow up at all, it's one email or one call, maybe two. AI helps you build a full sequence, multiple touch points over days or weeks. I just said 7 because I was like
7 days is a week.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Without each one sounding like a form letter.
Right. And this is the thing. Follow-up sequences only work if the messages are actually good. If they make sense. If they're generic, people are going to tune them out, ignore them, or just unsubscribe altogether.
I get texts
all the dang time.
Yes.
And they are generic.
They're generic. Most of them like want my money.
Weird.
Like donations.
True.
Just stop giving to the SPCA.
Don't ever stop doing that.
Never will I ever. No. But it catches my attention regardless.
Right.
So how do you get in somebody's inbox and get their attention without a generic message?
Exactly.
So here's how to think about building a sequence with AI. You tell it, here's the type of lead. Here's what they inquired about. Here's where they are in the process. Here's the goal of this message. And it drafts the email or text for you.
And you just do that process for each touch point. So message 1 is warm and welcoming. Message 2, you're going to start adding value. Maybe answer some FAQs, share before and after photos, links to reviews. Then by message 3, you're going to start to create a little bit more urgency. So things like our schedule is filling up, or we wanted to make sure you didn't miss out. Things that are going to make sense logically in the progression of your outreach.
Definitely. So each message has a job. AI helps you write them clearly and quickly so you can actually have a sequence instead of just good intentions.
And once you've written it, you just load it into your CRM or your email tool and it'll set up and run for you. So write it once and it'll work for you indefinitely.
And ideally, I mean, if anybody's like technically thinking like I am, like, okay, well, what if somebody responds? Then it should stop the automation altogether.
Correct. Assuming that you have everything set up correctly. So this is another red flag warning. Don't just pop in without having any idea how your CRM automation works or email automation without knowing what are the settings, what are the triggers, or else you may end up sending all kinds of messages to the wrong people at the wrong time. And so
ask that question. We're telling you how to use AI to like craft your messaging, but like
look into the settings beforehand.
Correct.
Exactly.
Of the tool that you're going to use. Okay, I think we're moving on to personalizing follow-up.
I think so.
So the third way to do this is, of course, like I said, make sure you're using AI to personalize your follow-up based on what actually happens in the conversation.
Exactly. So this is where AI really shines because we talked about generic follow-up messages and sequence, and that's fine. Again, that should be just the foundation, the baseline. But if you have a follow-up sequence that's referencing the specific things that the homeowner said on the phone, that's next level. That really does feel like an actual human. Maybe even the person that took the call with you is sitting there messaging you.
Yeah, no, that means a lot. And so if you're recording your sales calls or estimate consultations, you should ask, you should be, I'm going to try again because I can't speak.
1, 2, 3.
Let's try again. So if you're recording your sales calls or estimate consultations and you should be with the homeowner's knowledge, you should be. So that's basically saying, you need to record these conversations, but also let your...
With consent.
Yeah, with consent. Thank you. That was tough.
We made it.
Then you could run that transcript through AI and ask, what were its person's main concerns? What did you say that was most important to them?
And then, you're using that to write your follow-up. So For example, hi, Sarah, really enjoyed talking to you about your kitchen project yesterday. I know you mentioned that the timeline was a big factor, so I just wanted to share how we handled that.
Yeah, exactly. That email definitely gets opened. That email gets responded to because it feels real, because it is real. You're referencing an actual conversation.
Right. So you compared that message to a generic, just following up on your recent inquiry, which Sarah has probably gotten from every other contractor she's reached out to. Your message is going to stick out.
Right. Personalization is what converts. AI makes personalization scalable. And I also want to note the transcription thing because I didn't mean to flub that. But if and when you are recording these conversations, you absolutely can upload those transcripts into an AI tool to make this message personalized.
Right. I mean, even, one of our favorite tools on the planet, What Converts, the call recording feature that it has, if your call center is answering the phone and having full-blown conversations, you can easily grab that call recording out of What Converts, throw it into AI, and the call center can right there set up the follow-up script in whatever your CRM tool is.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
I think
let's
next
move
part,
on. Yeah.
Number 4. The fourth way AI is going to help you craft a message that addresses any potential objections that the customer might have.
And those objections, obviously, we're talking over text or email.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Exactly.
But I mean, hey, if you're sitting in front of a computer and talking to them about an objection.
Exactly.
Most leads go cold for a reason, and it's usually one of a handful reasons. Price, timing, they're still shopping, they got busy, life happened.
And if you can identify which objection is most likely to be the case in a situation and you address it directly in the follow-up, you're going to recover a lot of leads that would otherwise just disappear off your radar.
Exactly. So think about the most common objections you hear. Price is too high. Waiting to see what other contractors say. Not sure on the timeline. Spouse needs to be involved in the decision.
Yeah, for each of those, you can use AI to specifically write a follow-up message. So it's not going to be something defensive. It's not going to be pushy, but rather a message that acknowledges where they're at and offers something that's genuinely helpful to them.
Yeah, like if someone went quiet after getting your quote and you suspect it's price, your follow-up isn't you can match a lower price. It might be, I know this is a big investment. A lot of customers find that financing makes the timeline more flexible. Happy to walk you through how that works if it would help.
Yeah, and I'm not saying cave on the price.
No.
You're basically just giving them an option. You're opening a door, and AI is really good at helping you find that language and make it feel empathetic and professional and still move things forward in the process.
So ask it to write a follow-up for a lead who went quiet after receiving a quote. Tell it the common objections in your market. See what it comes back with. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
So the fifth way AI helps with follow-up is re-engaging cold leads.
Yeah, this one is underutilized, and it is a total gold mine that you already have.
Yes. Every contractor has a list of leads that went nowhere. People who inquired 6 months ago, a year ago, got a quote, said they'd think about it, and then nothing.
Yeah, most contractors write those off, but the truth is a good chunk of those are still out there and they want to get the project done. They just weren't ready then when they first reached out. So, they may have forgotten about you, or honestly, they could be waiting for somebody else to reach back out.
Yeah, no, definitely. So a re-engagement campaign, surprising, written with AI, can wake those leads back up. And the key is to making it work. The key to making it work is the message that has to feel like it's coming from a real person, not a mass marketing email.
Yeah, so instead of saying, hey, we haven't heard from you in a while, we'd love to reconnect. It sounds exactly like what it is. It's generic. Write something instead like, hey, I know we chatted about your bathroom remodel last spring, so you're using a timeline there. I was thinking about you because we finally finished a similar project in your neighborhood and the homeowner was really happy. Wanted to send over a couple of photos just in case it's helpful.
I love that. And this is such a human email. It definitely is going to get replies. AI can help you write versions of that at scale for different project types, different timeframes, different seasons.
I love how we're like, this is definitely human. It's AI. But when you are training your AI bot or your LLM, your GPT, whatever you have, it really ends up
being you,
coming out being human.
Your voice.
Yeah. So even if you just apply, 1, 10, or 15% of those cold leads, they're going to respond. And think about what that means for your pipeline. Think about 10 to 15% of cold leads actually getting back to you.
Oh, jobs you thought were gone coming back. That is obviously real revenue.
Okay, so we've talked about the what. Now let's talk about the how, because I know some of you are listening and thinking, oh my God, that sounds great, but where do I actually start with this?
And how do I have time to do this?
Yes.
First thing I'd say, start with the writing. Before you think about automating anything, before you look at integrations or tools, just start by using AI to write better follow-up messages.
Yeah, so literally just open ChatGPT or Claude, your GPT or AI tool of choice. Gemini, Perplexity, and then tell it, I'm a roofing contractor in Columbus, Ohio, and I just had a consultation with a homeowner that was interested in a full roof replacement. They mentioned that they're getting 3 quotes and the timeline is super important. Write me a follow-up email to send to them tomorrow morning.
That's it. That's the prompt.
Yep.
And you're going to get a solid draft in about 15 seconds. Tweak it, send it. That's your starting point.
Yeah. And you repeat that, do that 10 times for the 10 most common follow-up scenarios that you typically face. And now you essentially have a library, a swipe file, essentially, that you can pull from at any time instead of having to start from scratch when you're writing these follow-ups.
Once you have the library, the next step is thinking about sequencing. What does the ideal follow-up look like for a lead? Map it out. Day 1, day 3, day 7, day 14. What's the message at each stage? What's the goal of each message?
And AI can help you map that too, by the way. So ask it, what should a follow-up sequence look like for a home remodeling company trying to convert leads into booked consultations? And then you take what it gives you and make it yours. Obviously, don't take it and blindly run with it, but make sure it makes sense for your company, your process. And spoiler alert, the more you use it, the more it's going to get to know your company and the information you feed it, and the more correct these outputs are going to be over time.
That's exactly what my next line was supposed to be. The more specific you are with AI, the better the output. Give it your company name, your market, your services, your tone. The more context, like Meredith just said, you provide, the less editing you have to do on the back end.
Yeah. And then when you're ready, then you can think about automation. But plugging these messages into your CRM or your email tool, your SMS texting platform, they automatically will go out at the right time.
That's a bigger lift, but the writing is the foundation, and the writing you can do right now today without buying any new software.
All right, so let's talk about some common mistakes to avoid. We want to give you a quick list because we do see contractors make these when they start using AI for follow-up. Because it's easy to do this well, it can also be easy to do it in a way that's actually going to hurt you in the long run.
For sure. Mistake number 1, sending the AI output without reading it. My gosh.
No.
AI is a first draft, not a final draft. Always read what it wrote. Make sure it sounds like you, make sure the facts are accurate, and make sure it fits the specific situation.
Right. If it says something like, as a leading provider of home improvement services, delete that immediately. It reads fake. It sounds like it was just spit out by a robot.
Yeah. Mistake number 2, over automating. If every touch point is automated and nothing feels personal, people will notice. You want automation handling the initial response and the sequence, but a real human should be in the loop for the warmer
conversations. Right. So know when to pick up the phone. AI is going to help you get to that phone call, but it in no way should replace that phone call altogether.
No. Mistake number 3, not following up because you think 1 or 2 messages should be enough. They're not. 5 to 8 touch points, y'all. 5 to 8.
That is crazy to think about, but that's real.
It is. That's the benchmark. For SBCA, it's 1. But
that's all you need.
1 picture.
They don't even need to reach out. I'm just there.
Most people need multiple reminders just to do things that actually they want to do.
And that's not being pushy. It's being persistent.
Right.
And there's a difference. Pushy, think aggressive and transactional. But persistent is often patient or helpful to the client.
I don't like being patient. patient. Mistake number 4, writing messages that are all about you. We've been in business 20 years. We're licensed and insured. We offer the best quality. That's all you talking about yourself. Nobody likes that.
No. And the best follow-up messages are the ones that are about them.
Yes.
So their specific project, their timeline, their concerns, their neighborhood. The more you can make the messages feel like it's written for that specific person, I guarantee you it's going to perform better.
100%. AI actually helps you avoid this mistake if you prompt it correctly. Tell it, write this from a homeowner's perspective. Focus on their needs, not on selling our company. See what it does with that.
All right. Let's walk through like a real world scenario.
Okay.
I think hearing a play-by-play is going to be more useful than just the principles.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So you are a bathroom remodeling company and a lead comes in on a Tuesday afternoon through a form on your website. They want a full primary bathroom remodel and they've got a budget range in mind.
Praise.
They filled out your form, but they didn't call you.
Which is increasingly how leads come in. People do not want to call.
That's right. If they don't have to pick up the phone, why would they? So Tuesday afternoon.
Our generation surely doesn't.
Absolutely. Millennials in the house. Tuesday afternoon, lead comes in. But when it comes in, you're on a job. So you don't see it until 5 o'clock. What does an AI assisted follow-up look like in this situation?
Step 1, you have a first response email that goes out immediately within minutes of the form submission. It's warm. It acknowledges their interest in a bathroom remodel. It sets expectations for when someone will be in touch. It might offer a link to schedule a call. That's the AI written template you've already set up.
So even though you didn't see the lead until 5 o'clock, they've already heard from you.
Correct. Then Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, you follow up personally. You've got a template for this written with AI that you customized in 30 seconds. You add their name, reference the bathroom remodel, and ask a specific question to start the conversation. Are you thinking more of a full gut renovation or more of a refresh of fixtures and finishes? Something that invites engagement.
Now that you have a reason to write back, you've made it easy, you've asked a question, and it shows that you know what you're talking about. And again, you're a human who cares.
If they don't respond by Friday, you send the second message in your sequence. Maybe this one shares a recent bathroom project before and after and says something like, wanted to share this in case it's helpful as you're thinking through your project.
And at that point, you're adding value. You're not just nudging them.
Correct. The week after, another touch point. Maybe it addresses timeline. Maybe it mentions that your spring schedule is filling up. Each message has a slightly different angle, so it doesn't feel like the same email on repeat.
And all of those messages, you wrote them in AI in a simple afternoon. They're sitting in your system, they're going out in a schedule, and you don't have to think about it after you start it.
No, that is the difference between a contractor who books 30% of their leads and one who books 50 to 60%.
And that's not because the 50% contractor is just a better salesperson necessarily, but it's because they stay in the conversation longer.
100%. All right, let's land this plane. Follow-up is where the money is, most of it anyway. And for a long time, doing it well meant either having a dedicated salesperson or just burning a lot of personal bandwidth.
And AI changes that equation. And that's not by replacing the relationship. That's still you. But it's by making sure the relationship doesn't die before it even really gets started.
Absolutely. The 5 things we talked about: speed to lead, writing a real follow-up sequence, personalizing based on the conversation, handling objections, and re-engaging cold leads. Any one of those is worth implementing. All 5 together can transform your close rate.
So start with the writing. Pick one follow-up scenario that you handle pretty inconsistently right now. Open your AI tool of choice, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, and write a better version of that message today.
That's the assignment, just one, and then build from there.
And if you want help thinking through your follow-up strategy or any part of your digital marketing for that matter, you know where to find us, fatcatstrategies.com. Shoot us an email. Send us a calendar request. Send us a letter in the mail. I'd like a letter. I haven't gotten snail mail in a while.
Every time I go to the mailbox, I'm either mad. I'm usually just mad.
Hey, yeah, send us a postcard. That'll make us happy. We'll shout you out in the next pod.
We would love that. And I think it's time to practice what we preach. I think this is really good advice.
Yeah. I think it is.
I love it.
Let's get to it.
Thanks for being here, you guys. We'll see you next episode.
See ya.
Digital Marketing for Contractors is created by Fat Cat Strategies. For more information, visit fatcatstrategies.com.